Very few things can top off breakfast like homemade buttermilk biscuits. This is a 3-ingredient recipe that yields about 10 biscuits and are incredibly easy to make. It's almost effortless to make. By the time the oven heats up and your coffee is ready, you'll be finished with all the preparations. For this recipe, you will need 2 cups of self-rising flour, 1 cup of cold buttermilk, 3/4 stick of cold butter. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Cut the cold butter into self-rising flour until well incorporated. That extra piece of butter will be used for greasing the baking sheet. This will make the bottom of the biscuits so crispy. I use Lily White self-rising flour for these buttermilk biscuits. What I like about making these biscuits is you don't have to measure out any other ingredients other than the amount of flour you'll use. Believe me, this is the hardest part of the recipe, getting the butter incorporated into the flour. But by using the cold butter and the cold buttermilk, the biscuits will come out flaky on the outside and soft and fluffy on the inside. Now go ahead and add the buttermilk to the flour mixture. Stir until it forms a soft dough. You do want to be gentle with the mixture and don't overmix it. Okay, the hardest part is over and it's time to pat the dough into a square. Shift some flour onto the kneading board. This way you're sure not to get any flour lumps in the biscuit dough. Pat the dough into a square. Once you have patted the dough into a square and use a rolling pin to smooth out the surface, you can start cutting out the shape of the biscuits. Remember to be gentle with the dough for soft and flaky biscuits. Once you have the top of the dough smooth out, you can start cutting the dough into shapes. I usually just use a knife to cut it so I can use all of the dough and I don't have to mess around with it that much. Rub some butter on the baking pan and start putting the biscuits on the baking sheet. The oven should be heated by now. You'll pop these biscuits into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. This recipe yields 10 pieces of biscuits. By the time you brew some coffee and get some plates and butter ready, the biscuits should almost be done. If you have never made homemade buttermilk biscuits before, I hope you give this recipe a try and see for yourself how easy it is to make. These buttermilk biscuits are soft and buttery on the inside and flaky on the outside. Served with really good butter and fresh coffee for a delicious breakfast. Be extra kind to yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, share this video with your friends and family members. When you give this recipe a try, let me know if it was easy for you to make. Thanks for watching and God bless.